So welcome you all for Tungal online classes. We are discussing the chapter ray optics. So in that ray optics, so yesterday part we have completed refraction through prism. Okay, refraction through prism. Then we have seen the derivation for the refractive index of the prism. Then what is the dispersion of light. Then we have seen the dispersion, the deviation produced by the thin prism. So that we have discussed in yesterday class. Today we will see, so one of the natural phenomena due to sunlight which is given by rainbow. Actually some natural phenomena due to sunlight. In this natural phenomena, why sky appear bluish in color, why clouds are white in color, what is scattering of light, that two topics are there. But as per NCERT, so they have deleted that portion of scattering of light, sky appear blue in color, why clouds are white in color, that topics are deleted. So that's why I am not discussing that topic, because that topic if I delete also, so that is nothing related with the remaining topics and we will not get any questions in object also. Okay, Nara? So only one natural phenomena I will discuss, that is because of rainbow. So what is rainbow? Even based on this rainbow also you will not get any questions, just so you should know what is rainbow. So rainbow is the spectrum of sunlight in nature. The sunlight is, if the dispersion occur in sunlight, that spectrum of sunlight in nature is nothing but rainbow. So the rainbow is because of three things. Is because of the dispersion of sunlight, reflection and refraction. Refraction and reflection. So these three will be involved in forming the rainbow. So what is the necessary condition to get the rainbow? In order to get the rainbow, the sun should be in one horizon. So let us suppose in western horizon. The sun should be in western horizon and there should be rainfall. So in the opposite, let me call this is WH, western horizon, and this is EH, so east horizon. So sun should be there in one horizon and they should be raining in opposite horizon. And person can see if the back of the person, this is person back, person front, the back of the person is towards the sun, then only he can see. So this rainbow, here he can see that color pattern he can observe here. Okay, Nara? So that is the necessary condition for the rainbow. So basically the rainbow is because of, so the light, now for example the light incident on the this, which one? So this one is water droplet. So water drop. Now what happened? One of the sunlight, now sunlight was incident here. So what happened? First sunlight will be divided into various colors. That is because of dispersion of light. So this is a sunlight. Now that light, so which lights are there? They will be deviated to different extent. The deviation more for violet color and less for red color. So now what happened? Dispersion occur and also refraction also occur. The light rays are refracted, bended. So actually now after bending what happened? The light rays are incident on another another interface. So this is the another interface of this water droplet. For the angle of incidence for water and air, so we know critical angle value around 48 degrees. If that angle of incidence value greater than the critical angle, so what happened to this light rays will be reflected back. Here occurring of reflection. Understood? So after reflection, again what happened to the light rays will be refracted. So they will be come out. Are you getting Ara? So in order to see now, if any person was there here, so if any person watching, so here, so he can able to see that colors. When that colors are reaching to eyes, then he can see there a rainbow is there. Understood? So sun should be there in one horizon, water droplets are there in opposite horizon, sunlight should passing through that water droplets, that sunlight will get dispersed, dispersion occur, refraction occur and reflection will occur. So, due to the combined effect of dispersion, refraction and reflection, so what we can see? So, we can see the rainbow. So, what is rainbow? Rainbow is the spectrum of, it is the spectrum of sunlight in nature. Spectrum of sunlight in nature. Sunlight in nature. Okay, ra? Definition understood, ra? The spectrum of sunlight in nature is called as, so rainbow. Rainbow is is because of the combined effect of dispersion, reflection and refraction. So after coming to know the conditions, now let us see the formation of one rainbow as per given our syllabus. So let me consider 4 droplets. Here one droplet is there, here one droplet is there, here one droplet is there and here one droplet is there. So let us suppose the light, sunlight was incident here, straight line, here the sunlight was incident, here the sunlight was incident, here the sunlight was incident. Now what happened to this incident sunlight? So it will undergo so reflection and refraction. I told you now sunlight is so first deviated, then thereafter it will be so reflected back. And similarly here sunlight is deviated and it is after deviation the sunlight is reflecting back. So this is my refracted. So this is the direction of, and they all reaching a one point. I will write the point name. So this is my refracted ray. This is one, and here also the sunlight was incident here. This sunlight so refracted once, twice, then again here. Then thereafter the sunlight is reaching this point. Here also the sunlight is here, then here, then here, then again the reaching the sunlight. So here observer was there. So here observer was there. This person is observing here. Actually, what about the here? What we will get? This is called as primary rainbow. Primary rainbow. And whereas this is called as secondary rainbow. Secondary rainbow. And here you can see in this primary rainbow, so this is of the color, violet color will be innermost and this is of red color, and this is of for a secondary rainbow red color and this is for violet color. What is the difference between, and what about the angles here I can tell? So this is the direction of the sunlight. The sunlight is incidenting like this direction. So this is at an angle of 41 degrees. This is at an angle of 43 degrees. And the third one is at an angle of 51 degrees. And the fourth one is at an angle of 54 degrees. Actually, here I told to you what happened, light will be reflected and refracted. If the total internal reflection will occur only once, so because of the one time total internal reflection by sum of the liquid drop, that how many times the total internal reflection will take place, that depends upon so angle with which the light inside is incidenting. Here the light ray is undergoing the reflection only one time, whereas here the light ray is undergoing the reflection twice. So it is undergoing the total internal reflection twice, once here and twice here, 2 times. Because of the 2 times TIR we will get secondary rainbow, and because of the 1 time TIR we will get primary rainbow. The person is watching by making an angle, so 41 degrees with almost that for primary rainbow to see, the angle value is around of 41.5 degree and this angle is around of 51.5 degree. If we see in the angle 41 degrees, 0.5 degrees, you can see the primary rainbow, which is because of the one total internal reflection. If we see that an angle of 51.5 degrees with the direction of incident light, so he can see the secondary rainbow. What is the major difference between the primary and secondary rainbow? The intensity of primary rainbow is more compared with the secondary, because here total 2 internal reflections are occurring here, two internal reflections are there. Here only one internal reflection. But one more important point is, for the primary rainbow, the outer one color will be of red color, innermost color is of violet. Whereas for the secondary rainbow, so outer one will be of violet and inner one will be of red color. Can you see all colors? You can see some colors when you view through one angle, you can see some colors with some intensity. When you change your view, so then angle, then what happens? The colors will appear somewhat less intensity. Are you getting it? What is the major difference between the primary rainbow and secondary rainbow? Understood? Because of the one time TIR, here only one TIR, one time total internal reflection will occur, will causes the primary rainbow, whereas here two TIR will occur, will causes the secondary rainbow. So this is the major difference between the primary and the secondary rainbow. Just you should know, everyone will feel by seeing the rainbow, so automatically whenever the rain fall, so that time when sun is rising, whenever the sunlight is there, you can see the rainbow. So when we see the rainbow, generally we'll feel very happy. That seems very happy and beautiful to see that. But you should come to know what is the reason behind that rainbow to see. Like yesterday class, whenever the white light is passing through a prism, so white light is splitting into various components. Here when sunlight is passing through liquid drop, that sunlight is splitting into various colors, which causing the rainbow. Understood, students? So this is regarding rainbow. After completion of this, the last part of this chapter. In this chapter, the last part is there, that is given by optical instruments. Okay? Which one is the last part for us is? So, optical instruments. Optical instruments. So, optical instruments like mainly will come across microscope and telescope. The first optical instrument is microscope. The second one will come across is telescope. So, microscope, optical instruments are used in order to see. So, microscope purpose is what? In order to see the enlarged image of tiny objects or small objects. Small object, enlarged image, magnified enlarged image, will use microscope. So, telescope is used in order to watch far objects. To watch the far objects, the optical instrument which will use is telescope. Either a microscope or telescope, they will be made up of, they consist of, so optical instruments. What are the objectives of this optical instruments? Objectives are given by they will use only lenses and mirrors. So, lenses and mirrors. So, these optical instruments will form the images. The image formed by these optical instruments under the combined effect of refraction by the lenses, and reflection by mirrors. In optical instruments, the commonly used objectives are lenses and mirrors. Lenses will form the image because of the refraction of light, and mirrors will form the image because of the reflection of light. Are you getting it? So, this is for optical instrument, and in this optical instrument to study, so we will consider light travels in a straight line path. Straight line path means we will deal with the ray optics approximation. So, these optical instruments are explained by using ray optics approximation. We need to study microscope, simple microscope and compound microscope, and we need to study astronomical telescope and reflecting types telescope. Okay, Nara? So, 3 marks questions frequently they asking based on this optical instruments. Only the ray diagram is very important for these optical instruments. Before starting these optical instruments, let me give you some introduction regarding the human eye. So human eye, our eye. So bio students, you know well than me regarding the essential parts of eye and how it will work. Okay, Nara? So eye is the one of the delicated and most finest. So it will work like a most finest. So which one? So camera. Till now what are the cameras are designed among all the most delicate and perfect. So camera is our eyes. Correct, Anna? In a cameras, what are the things we will use? We will use converging lenses. We will use in order to form the image. Lenses will use. Like what about our eye consist of? So regarding to explain the inner parts of our eye. So what are the essential parts which are there for our eye? So let us see that regarding that essential parts. Just I will show you a rough diagram. It is not that much brief as you are in bio. What will be there? What are the essential parts of eye? So that we will see. And how does it work? How does it forming the image? And what are the defects of images? Okay, so like that some points we needed regarding our eye. Any camera compulsory needed so that convex lenses. So our eye will consist of a convexing lens. So those are called as what? Crystalline lens. So these you can see here. So these are the crystalline lens. They will play the role as convex lens. So God has given gift our eyes. So we know well, if eyes not there means how many problems we can face. So that in order to see, first in order to form the image, we needed the lenses. So that lenses are given by the crystalline lens. These crystalline lenses are held in position with the help of the muscles. So those are called as what? So ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles. What is the main purpose of the ciliary muscles are? So they will, so in order to vary the focal length of this our crystalline lens, whenever you want to increase, you can increase the focal length by relaxing that muscles. Whenever you want to decrease, so you can decrease the focal length. So that this crystalline lenses are held in position with the help of these ciliary muscles. So then thereafter, in front of this, so it having this crystalline lens in front, one circular diaphragm will be there. That circular diaphragm with a pupil with a circular aperture. One circular aperture will be there at the center. So this is one. So diaphragm will be there with a circular aperture. So this diaphragm name is called as what? So what is the name of this diaphragm? Is called as iris. What is the purpose of this iris is it allows the suitable light into eye. So that is the purpose of which one? Iris. The middle one will be there na, with a center aperture will be there. So the center one is called as what? Pupil. What is that name is? Pupil. And in front of this, so this iris, one hard core will be there. One outer hard core transparent will be there which will protect the eye. So what about that hard core name is called as what? So that is called as cornea. This outer one is called as, it is not corona, so cornea. To protect that eye, so outside one transparent hard core material will be there. So that is called as what? Cornea. And this crystalline muscles will form the image. So backside, one backside background screen will be there. So that is called as what? Retina. Retina. So this retina will have a optical pipe will be there. So this is retina and here it will be of optical pipe will be there. So retina is the bundle of fibers, so in this retina, the background of this, the image formed by this crystalline lens on this retina only. The background, the image formed screen is there, that is the retina, which consists of So rods and nerves. So, and this retina, what it will do, whenever a light incident, whenever the image form, the different colors and their intensity, so that is measured by the optical pipe. So this is also called as another name, that is optical nerve. What is the main purpose of this optical nerve? So it will absorb the electrical signal. That electrical signals will be sent to where? To brain. Then immediately the brain will identify so which object is there. First object should be there in front of this eye. The image of the object should be formed on the retina. The retina will have a bundle of nerves. Pipes and rods will be there. So retina will have the sense that when image formed on the retina, that image will be transferred in the form of electrical signals to the brain by the optical nerve. So these all just I have given rough idea. So regarding the image formation by the eye. Are you getting it? So in this, some of the important points we needed. We don't want any points based on this construction. This construction questions you will get it in which one? In bio. In physics not necessary. The main important purpose is lenses are the crystalline lenses. Iris will so allow the light of different intensities. Ciliary muscles, these muscles will so change the focal length of this which one? The focal length of this crystalline lens. So that much information you should know. And regarding this eye, we should come to know what is the meaning of near point, what is the meaning of far point, and what is the meaning of so accommodation power. What is accommodation power? So accommodation power, or it can be also defined as, and what is the important point here they given it as. So for us, I am seeing, so what are the points are given for your NCERT point of view, so that you should know, that is accommodating power or accommodation. What is the meaning of this accommodating power means? If I keep the object of different distance, though objects are there at different distance, what is the meaning of accommodating power? Accommodating power is nothing but though objects are there at different distances, the images of the objects which are at different distance distinctly can be seen by the eye. That power is called as accommodating power or simply accommodation. And one more important point is this eye, the space was there, this crystalline lens is dividing the eye into two parts. So that is here the front part will be there and the back part will be there. The front part will have a water-like solution. That water-like solution is called as aqueous humor, and back part will be of having a solution which is of vitreous humor. So these both will have a refractive index is around of 1.336, whereas this crystalline lens will have a refractive index of nearly so 1.4 that will be there. So accommodating power, the definition is given by so images of objects lying at a different distances forming clearly. So this power is called as what? Accommodating power. After that accommodating power also, and one more, whenever we want to see the far object, so what happened? This ciliary muscles will be relaxed. When this ciliary muscles will be relaxed, the focal length of the crystalline lens will be increased, then the far object image will be formed on the retina. What is the maximum distance of the object? So which can be seen clearly, that point name is called as far point. Generally for the normal eye, this far point value will be of infinity. Similarly, what is the meaning of near point? What is the minimum distance? For example, if the object is brought very close to eye, so the curvature is not sufficient to form the clear image on retina. So generally, what is the minimum distance of the object from the eye in order to see the clear image? So that is called as what? Near point. So generally for the normal eye, so near point is also called as so distant distant vision or distance of near point. So this is only called as a least distance of distant vision. It is also called as least distance of distant vision. This least distance of distant vision for normal eye, that is of D, will be equal to 25 centimeters. With increasing of age, this least distance of distant vision will be increased because of increasing that capacity or the ciliary muscles ability, and for the old person that will be around of 200 centimeters also, whereas for the children that will be order of 7 to 8 centimeters only. Till now what I discussed, that all it is not necessary for you, only what are the points I am writing. So this is important. What is meaning of accommodating power, what is the meaning of far point, what is the meaning of near point. So far point is the maximum distance up to which the object can be seen clearly, the maximum distance of the object, the minimum distance of the object, and this is very important for us. The object distance is less than 25 centimeters, the image cannot be seen clearly. What is the distance between the far point and near point? That is called as range of vision. Range of vision. Range of vision is the distance between which one? So near point and far point. Okay, Nara? So regarding this is. But though how many precautions we have taken also, chances are there sometime there will be some defects in the image formed by the eye. So what are the defects of eye vision? So defects of eye vision. Eye vision. The common defects of eye vision are, so first one is the myopia. This myopia is also called as short sightedness. Short sightedness. And the second one is the hypermetropia. Hypermetropia. So this is also called as long sightedness. Long sightedness. So the next one is presbyopia. Presbyopia. The fourth one is astigmatism. Astigmatism. We'll discuss in detail regarding this defects of eye vision while discussing object 2. Just you should know here what is the meaning of short sightedness and what is the meaning of long sightedness and what is the meaning of presbyopia and what is the meaning of this astigmatism. So you know that generally. So myopia is also called as a short sightedness. When a person having a myopia eye, then what happens? So he can see the near objects clearly but cannot see far objects. So actually why this myopia will occur? Whenever the light rays are incident, now this is the retina of eye. So whenever the light rays are incident, so generally on eye lens, so what happens? After refraction the light rays will be focused on the retina. That is for the normal eye. Whereas for this myopia eye, the light rays will be focused in front of the retina only. So the far object. Why? Because whenever the object is far, the light rays will become parallel. So he can see near objects clearly but far objects not clearly. So that is called as myopia or short sightedness. And this one can be minimized. This one can be corrected with the help of concave lens. Double concave lens will use. And hypermetropia means what happen? So he can see far objects clearly but near objects cannot be cleared. So what happen? The light will be focused by that crystalline lens. So behind the which one? So behind the retina. So that is called as what? Hypermetropia. This can be minimized with the help of the convex lens. What is the meaning of presbyopia? So with the age what happen? The sphericalness, the curvature of the eyeball will be decreases. So due to that reason he cannot see the near objects and far objects clearly. So that will come under presbyopia. And what is the meaning of astigmatism? So because of spherical curvature of the eye lens is decreases means, so one object can be seen so different colors in different direction. That is called as what? Astigmatism. In NCERT textbook they mentioned the only names and how to correct them all you will come to know in objective part. So just you should know what is the meaning of myopia, what is the meaning of hypermetropia. These two are very important, and these are the defects of eye vision. Okay, just before starting the optical instrument, since eye also act like a one important so highly efficient camera, so they given some information regarding eye. Okay na? Now in this optical instrument, today we will discuss one optical instrument, that is of microscope, which is of, I will discuss the first one is, in first one, simple microscope. Simple microscope. Three will be there na? Simple microscope, compound microscope, astronomical telescope. Three we need to discuss. For all these three, what we required is, we needed a ray diagram. Many times asked a question for 3 marks. Till now what I told they won't get any question for subjective part. Only in objective only will come to know. Whereas in subjective part, they asking based on this optical instrument. So draw the ray diagram of simple microscope, write down the expression for the magnifying power, or compound microscope, or astronomical telescope. This simple microscope is also called as so magnifying lens. Magnifying lens. Okay, Nara? What is the purpose of this microscope? In order to see the enlarged image of small objects. So a magnifying lens, you know that. We will keep that magnifying lens very close to our eyes in order to see the big image of the small objects. Now, how image formed by this simple microscope we will see. So this simple microscope will consist of one convex lens. A convex lens of small focal length. Focal length is not much more. So for this convex lens, it will have a center of curvature. And this convex lens will have two principal focus will be there. So this principal focus value will be F, and this side the principal focus value is F. Two principal focus will be there. And this is the principal axis. In order to get the enlarged image, in order to get the virtual magnified enlarged image of the object, so what we will do, the object is kept in front of, in between optic center and principal focus. So this is the object A and B. Then let us see one of the light ray incident parallel to principal axis. After refraction, the light ray is passing through principal focus. Correct, Tara? And if any light ray which is passing through optic center, if it is a thin lens, the light ray will comes out without any deviation. How many refracted rays are there? 2 refracted rays are there. So how many are there? 2 refracted rays are there. If a person is watching from here, actually what happened? So these 2 rays will never converge. They will never form a real image. What happened? These 2 rays are appear to be coming from another point. So this is one of the ray, and this is the second ray. Here 2 refracted rays are there. This is one refracted ray, and this one is one more refracted ray. So these 2 rays are appear to be diverging from a point. This point only called as A dash B dash. Now what does it mean? Or A dash B dash. This converging lens is forming the enlarged image of, so enlarged virtual image. Why it is virtual image? The light rays after refraction, they are not converging. That's why the image formed will be virtual. The virtual enlarged image of the object will be seen on the same side of the object. So where you can see on the same side of the object. This is the required ray diagram. Ray diagram, if they ask to draw for simple microscope, you need to draw this. This is the object and this is the image. Okay, Nara? Now I want to derive the expression for the magnifying power. So what is the magnifying power? The magnifying power of a simple microscope is the ratio between, so angle made by the, for example, if I call, it is the ratio between, what is the magnifying power? First I will tell you the definition. So magnifying power is the ratio of angle sustained by image to object two object at I when both are at a least distance of distinct vision. DISTINCT, distinct vision. When object and image both are at least distant of distinct vision. Generally, in case of this magnifying power, so magnifying lens or simple microscope, we'll keep our eye very close to lens, very close. We'll keep like this, very close to lens. So that's why the angle sustained at eye or angle sustained at so this lens will take nearly same. Now anyhow here image is at least distant of distant vision only, but always remember the image formed by the which one this simple microscope at a least distance of distant vision. What is the meaning of least distance of distant vision? The minimum distance of the image from the eye for which it can be seen clearly. That least distance of distant vision value from the optic center will be equal to D. The D value will be of 25 centimeters for normal vision. Understood, Ara? So this value will be of D. Now you see, already image was there at least distance of distant vision. What is the angle sustained by the image at eye or at lens? Can I call this angle is beta? But now object is not at least distance of distant vision. If I bring the object from here to here, now here the object was there. Can I call it as A1 B dash? Now what is the angle sustained by the object at which one? At eye lens. This is eye. Now here this angle made by object at a lens, if I call that angle is alpha. So as per this, what is the definition for the magnification? Magnification is the ratio between beta divided by alpha. Beta divided by alpha. If alpha and beta are very small, if alpha and beta are small, we know that. So tan alpha is equal to alpha. Then tan beta is equal to what? Beta. Correct? So therefore this magnification can be also written as tan beta divided by tan alpha. Can I write? Tan beta divided by tan alpha. Beta alpha. This angle is beta. This angle is alpha. So what is the value of tan beta value? Tan beta is equal to how much? So tan beta value will be equal to how much I can write? That is the least distance of distant vision. Tan beta value is equal to how much? Tan alpha value how much? If I bring, so what is the value of tan beta and what is the value of tan alpha? So tan beta value is equal to how much? And tan alpha value is equal to how much? So that values I want to write. In order to, I will show clearly this diagram. So once again, in order to show clearly what is alpha and what is beta, so first thing is, if I draw a line from the image, so this is A dash. What is the angle made by image at eye? Now this is our object. Angle made by the image at eye, so this angle we called beta. Clear, Dara? This angle we called beta, and this is we called here object na this angle. Now similarly, if I bring the object to here, here object is there, here to here, what is the angle sustained by the object? So this angle was there na, so this angle is alpha. Then the tan alpha divided by tan beta is called as magnifying power. That value of tan alpha divided by tan beta is called as magnifying power. This is the object, light ray appear to be coming, and this one is A and this one is B. When object was brought here, now object angle made with lens, this angle is alpha. So if I draw a line from the image, if I draw a line, this is my image. So if I draw a line from the image, this angle is beta. Tan alpha and tan beta. Angle sustained by image to angle sustained by object at eye is called as magnifying power of a lens. Derivation they won't ask, just they will ask formula, but I will show the derivation here. So now I got that magnification power formula being m is equal to tan beta divided by tan alpha. So from the triangle, which one I am considering? I am considering the triangle so A1BC, from the triangle ABC, triangle ABC, this one ABC. So what is the value of tan beta? Tan beta is equal to AB divided by BC. Can I write this angle this is the angle beta. Now I am considering the triangle ABC. What is tan beta? AB divided by BC. Clear next, so from the triangle which one I want to write? Alpha na. So from the triangle A1B dash C, A1B dash C, what is the value of tan beta? Tan alpha. Tan alpha value will be equal to A1B dash by B dash C, but A1B dash value will be equal to AB. What is the value of A1B dash? But remember, in order to find out the magnifying power, what we need to do? We need to send this object to at the least distant division. Angle made by the object with which one? With a lens. So that angle is alpha. In magnifying power, clearly I written, it is the ratio of the angle sustained by the image to angle sustained by the object when both are at the least distance of distant division. But remember, here image is not, object is not at least distance. You should bring the object to least distance from AB to A1B dash. Then angle made by A1B dash with I, that is alpha. Then tan alpha value A1B dash divided by, so B dash C. But A1B dash value is exactly equal to AB. Then I written AB divided by B dash C. Now what I will get the magnifying power formula? So can I write the magnifying power? Alpha is equal to, then M will become how much? M is equal to tan beta divided by tan alpha. So tan beta value I got AB by B dash C divided by tan alpha value AB divided by BC. So AB cancel. I got the answer. Which one I will get? BC divided by B dash C. Correct? Which is the value? So magnifying power, how much I got the value? The value of magnifying power will be equal to, so magnifying power is tan beta divided by tan alpha. I written reverse here. Tan beta value is AB divided by BC, tan alpha value AB divided by B dash C, B dash C divided by BC. So I got the magnifying power, so B dash C divided by BC. But from the diagram, what is the value of B dash C? So B dash C will be equal to minus V and BC is equal to U, minus U. What is BC? Object distance na? This is U. And what is B dash C? So image distance, that V is equal to D. I will substitute V is equal to D later. Then what I will get the magnifying power formula? M is equal to, so B dash C by BC, which is equal to minus V by minus U, which is V by U. Already we know this. The magnifying power of a convex lens is the ratio between distance of the image divided by distance of the object. And we know for lens, what is the lens formula given by? 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Can I multiply both sides with V? If I multiply with V, 1 minus V by U is equal to V by F. So 1 minus V by U value M is equal to V by F. From this, what is the value of M is equal to? The value of M is equal to, M value will be equal to how much? So 1 minus V by F. Correct? So 1 minus V by U, I got the value 1 minus M is equal to V by F. So M value will be equal to 1 minus V by F. But here, so V value is equal to minus D. When V value is equal to minus D, what happened to M is equal to 1 plus D by F. This is the formula we want. They won't ask you derive the expression for the magnifying power. Simply they will ask you to draw the ray diagram. And this class is not that much easy like before classes. So only they asking what is the magnifying power formula. The magnifying power of simple microscope is given by the formula. So m is equal to 1 plus d by f, where d is the least distance of distant vision and f is the focal length. When focal length value will be more, so d by f value will be less. When focal length value will be less, d by f value will be more. So to have more magnifying power means, so how many times the image will be more than, size will be more than object. To have the more magnifying power, a convex lens will have a less focal length. So this is the expression for simple microscope. Only 2 points: ray diagram, magnification, expression. Then in the next class we will see compound microscope and telescope, ray diagram and magnifying power. In next classes I will not discuss derivation. Directly I will write the magnifying power formulas. Okay, Nara? So thank you.